Dust2, map 2 of this best of 3. This is the pick of YNG Sharks, Young Sharks. Both of these teams have a little bit of a rocky history when it comes to Dust2. Neither of them are really amazing at it, but if the Sharks picked it, there has to be a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're looking to try and take this one in a 2-0 fashion. That would be a nice, clean way to start. Already, a lot of utility has already been used toward this short position. A Molotov as well. It means Faxwell has a chance to pick just on the edge of that Molotov. He gets 2 in the end. And Noxie and Gooden will help out as well. This is a good start for Isurus. They can finally complete this pistol, picking on a long duel with the P2000. But Zevi doesn't have the bomb, so there's not really much chance he can do much with this. He just needs to go for frags only. And okay, now they're scared of him. Gooden's trying to escape around the angle. He has no armor, don't forget, because he is the player with the defuse kit. Zevi's doing a great work here. He got an ace in the last round of the previous game. He's now got 3 kills in this. Don't tell me this is the way it goes wrong. For Isurus, it was a 4v1. And now Zevi out of nowhere has the bomb.
There's no way this is how we're starting off this map. Already, no time to rest. Sharks are just, I mean, they're just trying to rip this one away. Zevi's trying to rip this one away. He's trying to show, hey guys, I know map 1 was fun, but map 2, we're still going to keep that energy up. And this is a great afterplant for Zevi. He might even catch this player completely off guard. There is actually contact between both of them. It's about who hits the shot first, damage back and forth, but no kill. Faxwell does the 360, but that gives Zevi enough time to just back off. He realizes he doesn't even have to go for it. The tap comes through, and now it's whoever hits the shot first, and that's going to force Zevi back off the angle. Faxwell hits it, but he drops down, and he doesn't have time. No kit means he can't run up, and Young Sharks just barely take the pistol. First round going their way. Wow.
Cullen, you know what's remarkable? I've just realized something. Do you remember on the second map of Panketta versus SWS, it was, what was it? David versus, what was the guy's name on SWS again?
I mean,
it's gone past me.
They had a couple players that really excelled.
It was the 2 kings from Nuke. You had a 1 versus 1 on the pistol. In this game, it's the 2 kings from Nuke who have a 1 versus 1 on the pistol. I can't believe it. What sort of simulation have we stepped into today? That is just unbelievable. Both AWPers of Young Sharks, Young Sharks in this story, going against each other in that 1 versus 1, and that's a fantastic clutch from Zevi. And the Young Sharks already, look how far they made the way up short. They should be their round. It's just taking on a few players, but no, Gooden. Oh my goodness! 3 frags on the Deagle. I can't believe it. How? From Car as well.
What was that? How did he do that? Where did he do that? Where am I? Who am I? How did he do that? He gave me amnesia with how good those shots were. Gooden finds the 4th right at the end. That, I mean, blew my mind. That reset all of my synapses. That fried my molecules. That was amazing.
Oh my god. I can't believe he's hit 3 headshots there. That is, you know how people say when they're frustrated, that's a life round? I wouldn't call it a life round. It's a bit rude, but that is possibly one of the best rounds he'll ever put together in such a difficult situation. 3 headshots in a row, man. From long to cat. It's so hard to do.
A technical gets called out. I have to assume that it's like, hey, Gooden just punched a hole through his desk out of excitement. You know, that has to be what it is.
Oh dear. I think it's a ping issue. Noxie currently has 100 ping. So
yeah,
I'm not
great.
If he made that clutch happen on 100 ping, then you know, I don't know what to say. But yeah, there's just a little bit of a ping issue right now for Isurus, but they've managed to recover that situation. I can't. I just can't believe it.
Yeah, that was, I mean, very, very, very good stuff there. I mean, it's hard for me to formulate words to explain just kind of what happened there, because it's like, yeah, he just got 4 kills, 3 of which he should have had absolutely no right getting up against, you know, rifles firing back down range at him. So that is, I don't know, that's quite entertaining, and you'll love to see stuff like that. Hopefully this ping issue is figured out sooner rather than later. Usually these are not too long of timeouts.
Yeah, and obviously we had a few crashes early on before we actually got this game underway. So, you know, once that's sorted, we got underway pretty quickly. So hopefully it'll be the same thing with this as well. We can see at the moment, if I look at the scoreboard, it's Noxie on 114 ping and BK1 on 106 ping. So it's those 2 players with the issues right now. Everyone else on Isurus has around 39 ping, in fact, exactly the same. And in fact, they've both dropped out the server now. You can see the guns on the floor in CT at the moment. So a restart perhaps coming in for their internet to try and fix this issue. And when they are back in the server, we can hopefully get started again soon.
Yeah, the guns sitting on the floor look kind of sad. You know that 2 players were there at one point. They've disappeared. They've gone on to bigger and better things, also known as trying to fix their internet.
Deco, just keep you guys updated, just to give you the information. They say that they are changing their client port and a VPN that they are using. So it's hopefully that will help them a little bit in a moment or two. You can see the AK-47 Fire Serpent and the MP9. I think that's the orange peel on the ground there, looking very forlorn and unfortunate. They've been disposed in a trash can. But yeah, they will return. I would imagine the force buy battle will continue because Sharks are, they're on double eco, so you would tend to buy in this situation.
Yeah, that's definitely, what's most likely going to happen whenever we do get back into this map. Isurus, it's hard to get a grasp on, who's really strategically going to be better on this map. We've had 2 insane rounds with kills that should not have in any world happened. It's kind of hard to predict off of that. This is still very much like, it's basically we're back on round 0. It's just they each have a bit more money in their pocket than they did earlier. It's just so it's hard to say anything as a caster of substance with rounds like that. Of course, they're my favorite rounds to cast because I can just kind of scream and be like, hey, that's the coolest thing I've seen in a very long time. But there's no analysis to be had. It's just, hey, he's good. Hey, he's really good. Hey, Gooden is really good at the game. Hey, Zevi is really good at the game. What else can I tell you?
Wow. Well, Gooden is good at the game. It seems like he's chosen his alias pretty well then. That is a handy one for him. But yeah, that 3K Deagle, from Car, it's hard to get one as they come towards short. You know how, like, I always say the 2 hardest angles as a CT in Counter-Strike and one of them is from CT to short, right? Because you obviously with the M4s, it's not a one-hit headshot. You can sometimes just hit dinks. The Ts can pick you from every single side and have the advantage. I feel like, but yeah, the fact that he does it from Car, which is even further away, oh god.
Is this a place that you're supposed to be able to spawn? Am I stupid?
Wait.
I thought you weren't able to spawn. I feel like something's gone wrong here.
Wait, which 2 are you looking at? Are they looking at the 2 CTs returning?
Yeah, I thought you couldn't spawn that far into. I don't know. I played Dust2 yesterday.
I think one of them is a bit too far, and the other one is normal. I think.
Yeah, well, one of them disconnected.
I agree with you that it was a surprise that they were both so far away from the rest of his teammates. But yeah, anyway, there should be no problem because obviously, I don't think we'll need a round reset because the guns are still on the floor and then they can just be picked up. There's some utility that can be picked up as well. So I'm hoping that they don't need a round reset. If they do, I'm sure it's ready anyway. So hopefully not too big a problem.
Yeah, it should
there's a Steam restart coming in, and then that should be the last restart.
Got it. All right, so we should be going underway in just a little bit. Oh man, I'm at such a crossroads here of, as a person, I'm like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. But as a caster and as a CS fan, I'm like, give me 3 maps of this. Give me 2,000 overtimes. Don't let me sleep. Let's break a few records. I want to see more of these amazing shots. If we can keep getting rounds like the last 2 we got, I'm more than happy.
Yeah, absolutely. What time is it for you right now in the US?
Not as bad as you. It's only 9:30 for me.
Oh wow, that's pitiful. That is absolutely pitiful. 3:30 in the morning right here. UK, London, born and bred. Let's effing go. I'm ready to go at this time in the morning. But obviously, I'm trying not to shout because my parents are still asleep. So I do feel a bit bad, but at the same time, they accept my job. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, that's nice. I live with 2 roommates, but one of them is a professional streamer, so I have to get used to him screaming late at night. So I'm fine with him getting a little bit of what he dishes out.
You know, what goes around comes around, as they say.
Exactly. Oh, looks like everyone's in the server. Yeah, there we go. We have 5 people in the server. Looks good. I don't know if we're any closer to getting back into the actual game.
Yeah, I can keep you up to date with the chat and what they're saying right now. I mean, the last thing we said was is that first ping has been fixed. That's Noxey's ping fixed. BK was the last one with an issue. He has now rejoined the server, and they both have 40 ping. They're now calling for the match medic to try and restore their buy, of course, or what they saved from the previous round, because I think there will be some utility dropped, as you can imagine. You know, only 1 grenade is dropped on the floor, so they can't do it. And that round reset will come in. It looks like it's already starting and ready to go. So great job to all the admins for getting that fixed in double quick time. Well done for the players on Isurus for getting that ping fixed and changing the settings they needed to change. And now we're counting down to the restart of this Dust2 second map.
Yeah, we do see Young Sharks opting to actually buy down fully into the pistols. I mean, just force buys back and forth when you see crazy rounds like that. And looks like they maybe want to take this towards B. I don't know if they're going to go super fast. I don't know if this is going to be a rush. If it is, we're going to see a big test for players like BK1 and Noxey. Noxey is going to find the first, finds the second, and BK1 is here for 1 and 2. A very quick and clean round, locking down B. Now it's JNT all alone, and pretty much nothing he can do.
Yeah, I mean, that's a shame. That's the sort of result you'd expect for 5 Glocks, not 5, you know, upgraded pistols. And yeah, they will be completely out of money on this round. Oh, sorry, on the next round as well. So they'll be full eco, and it should let Isurus reach a 3-1. So it's a good start for Isurus. I mean, the heroics from Gooden has really, you know, changed the face, it feels like, of this map already. It should get them 3 rounds in a row here.
Yeah, that's I don't know if I like the call from Sharks there. If you have upgraded pistols, you kind of want to go somewhere that a rush is unexpected or do something to really catch them off. And a B rush, even when you have rifles, is always an iffy call. It's kind of a 50-50 of like, let's hope they don't, you know, dodge our flashes and then just spray us down. And when you have upgraded pistols, it's like, well, you could have just done that with Glocks. You're going to have the exact same, you know, 50-50. It might work, it might not.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think that's a little bit, you know, maybe too fast on a round such as this. This time it will be a slow one, as they hold the Glocks toward the top and middle, boost up on each other's heads, waiting for a piece of aggression. You know, that could easily get a CT wandering up there and possibly taking, you know, 5 digs in the head. That would be not a nice way to go. But yeah, they're just wasting down that CT utility right now, so they have to repurchase it in, you know, upcoming rounds.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any of the Isurus players are super interested in pushing up towards mid right now. They're quite comfortable just holding their angles, holding their locations. So I don't think the stack is going to have anything come to fruition with it. I love that one player is playing the anti-flash and everyone else is just trained on mid just in case. But yeah, it looks like the call does come through that they're actually going to break up the boost and make it towards mid, which means Faxwell is going to be okay. The first line of defense, a nice collat, 2 heads found with 1 bullet. Noxey finds the next, and this should be a done round as Noxey is able to find 1 and 2, and all alone is Reels, and he is going to pick up the strongest gun that was on the Isurus side right there. So they're trying to hunt him down, but he just wants to save this so bad. Faxwell is going to take a lot of damage in the molly, but yeah, they got to find this AK. Oh, well, it's gone now. It's out of the map.
Yep, he went toward T-spawn, threw it out of the map on the right-hand side, and it is gonzo. So in that situation, that is the smartest choice. I am impressed by that. You know, sometimes you can go in for the frags thinking, okay, I can get this guy. I can take him down and do more damage to the CT economy. Well, you know, it's unlikely with no armor. So check out the map and keep it out of those CT hands.
Yeah, that is... All of these rounds have an almost like slightly comedic effect to them just because of how crazy they're getting. I mean, we see, you know, the scout collateral 2 headshots. We see the, you know, the gun thrown out of the map just before it can get taken. I'm having... This is really helping my morale. You know, we talk about the players' morale very much. Are they going to be able to get back from a loss or anything like that? I'm feeling great now. I got myself a nice little laugh. I got myself energized a bit. I was able to go to the bathroom in the last map. I'm feeling great.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm with you on that one. Thankfully, my bladder has proven to be very strong tonight, for which I am very grateful for. We've got the scout on Noxey on this one, or Noxey, which I was told last map, which is the correct pronunciation, so I'll try and stick to that. And now we go toward long. 3 players on Sharks. They're going to try and take it aggressively, but Zevi will punish them. That's a lovely double spray down. Factual is also here, though, so they need to try and clear him out. He's a big threat, and the damage taken by Sharks is pretty significant.
Yeah, Faxwell having his eyes on Cat is a good idea, but he is going to be caught looking the wrong way, and there's nothing BK can do there. The fact that he even gets any damage onto one of those Cats players is actually really impressive, but this round is pretty much said and done. Noxay is just going to pick up the better gun and do any damage that he can. They decide, hey, let's actually plant for Cat because they were in the middle of planting for long, but as that long player dies, they reposition the plant, and Noxay, this is a very, very difficult round. He knows where one of these players are. He finds the first. He only has one more to find, but Reelson is going to swing out and find the kill. A dangerous, dangerous possible 1 versus 3, but no, it's going to be the Sharks to take it home.
Yeah, only just, though. And in the end, that low HP on those players, they almost come back to halt them a little bit. But no matter. Isurus have economy for this buy, and it's going to be their absolute full investment. Double AWP, Noxay and Faxwall on those sniper rifles. Deco is yet to get started in this game. He's yet to get off the board, but same goes for 2 players on Shark. So no matter, it's still early on in the game. And already we're going fast up towards short, and there we go. It's the AWP of Faxwall and the rifle of Gooden teaming up together will catch out Sharks in that position. Can they recover this 3v5? I doubt it.
Yeah, there's not much that can be done. That is a really strong start from Isurus. I apologize if the observing there was a little weak. I was trying to figure out why there was a little bit of lag on stream, but I think it is figured out now, so we should all be good. And the only thing that's not good is the situation for Sharks right now.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, if they can find 1 frag somewhere to, answer back, that could mean a big deal because they are going to go toward Cat, and at the moment, actually, it's only really Faxwell here to defend. The flashes are coming in nicely to push him off this angle. He has flashes of his own to try and counter that. They should be able to get the bomb planted towards short as Pack gets a bit more aggressive than perhaps he needs to be. Of course, you need to take initiative and a disadvantage, but it will give Faxwell another frag. There's Gooden peeking toward JNT. Poor old Zevi getting peeked from quite literally 4 different angles. And that will mean that Isurus take their 4th.
Yeah, that is not much you can do there, especially when you decide to peek long multiple times. I think they honestly should have just planted for Cat there, tried to retake back towards Cat, and then played off of that. Of course, it is a more difficult position to hold the afterplant from if you don't have a lot of utility, but it's better to actually get into an afterplant than it is to just die before the bomb goes down.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, having Sharks only won that 1 extra round, it means that they're on 4 Glocks and a Deagle now. So it should be a quick one here for Isurus. They'll be able to build up their economy even further, get up to 5. And when you can build up your economy and have 3 AKs and 2 AWPs on the CT side, that's handy.
Yeah, it's definitely good to start and build up that economy, especially if they're able to stay alive with the majority of these guns. If they're able to win a clean round here, that would be, just amazing. Though, we'll have to see because they are about to be pushed through middle. That's a lot of sound, so Deco can hear that there are at least 2, if not 3 players towards mid doors. Oh, that's a good name.
Hopefully going to be a chance to farm. There's a little bit of a tag as well, as you say, a little bit of information. And again, Sharks just wasting down the clock. A minute left on the clock now. They try to make the way in towards short. It will be walking in toward Faxwell, who's 9-1 so far. Had a great first map. Is he about to have another one? The incendiary is perfectly timed, as you say. It stops them even further. It actually forces them back down towards short, maybe deciding against going toward A.
Yeah, that was just perfectly timed utility. And Faxwell is going to find the first. They know it's an op, so they're going to try to overrun it, but Deco is here as well to support. Faxwell, he finds another. Deco's looking for even more. He is actually going to, at the very end, fall, so that is a little bit of an unfortunate loss there, but Gooden will find the last onto the player on site. Isurus with 5 in the lead. On paper, this is supposed to be Sharks' map that they were going to take swimmingly. Shark pun. But no, it sadly is not going that way. Though, of course, we did see a very one-sided first half in the previous map. So I'm not going to make any predictions. Every time I make a prediction, I look stupid because it's wrong. So I'm just going to say, good job, Isurus, at 5 rounds. Let's see if you get more.
Yeah, it's a tough one as well. I mean, sure, Sharks did steal away the map pick of Isurus, but it took them to a 25-21, so that can be tiring. Of course, as you say, you would expect them to still to do good work on this map, but we saw it earlier. Even though obviously Paqueta's map against SWS was a lot more stacked in their favor going toward Vertigo, so you could understand the 16-5, which I believe it was. But in this situation, this is a lot more interesting because obviously it is Sharks' pick. So it's not really got themselves started as of yet. You've got JNT on 007 right now, and Pank also yet to get off the board. So that's it's not a good thing to see on that score where you need all your teammates to support each other. And already some counter utility in towards short. Molotovs exchanged, Dinks exchanged. Gooden down to 16.
Yeah, that was a scary dink for Gooden. The fact that he's still alive, I'm sure he's, thanking his lucky stripes. I think that's the phrase. Sorry, as I was saying the phrase, I was like, is this weird? Is this a weird American phrase because stars and stripes? But anyway, I'm sure he was happy that he was able to survive that encounter right there and fall off. Sharks, they are very partial to the cat take right now, and I don't know how much success they're having. They usually do get to the site, but they lose almost all of their players in the process, so I don't know how good or how safe of a call that was. Also, BK1 was just ready in mid for the push. It's actually, they're going for a mid to B take, and Noxay is ready for it. 1, 2, he's found 3. Can't find the last. He shot in the back,
wow.
But a tag, a leg onto Zevi is going to make this very difficult. He picks up the op and goes for the plant. Just enough time, but Faxwell has changed guns and is going to run through the door. A 6 for Isurus. They are looking stellar right now on Dust2.
I can't believe Noxay gets 2 no-scopes there. That is just absolutely crazy. In that situation, honestly, I was quite... I liked Sharks' idea, throwing all the smokes in toward A. It kept Faxwell toward A and a teammate as well for quite a long time. And then the fast B split came in, but just Noxay went above and beyond there. More than you could ever really hope in that situation. And the score's a little bit all over the place still. The 2 players on Sharks yet to get off the mark, and Faxwell on 12 and 1, Gooden on 10 and 2, Noxay on 10 and 4. And again, we've got a little bit of a technical pause coming in. I believe it might be the same ping issue because the same 2 players... Actually, I tell a lie. It's not going to be the same 2 players, so there'll be a little bit of a delay before it gets underway once again. So it won't be too long. The current discussion in the chat is in Brazilian / Portuguese, so I won't be able to tell you exactly what it is, but they said it won't be too long, so...
Yeah, we should just be right back into it. We do see, once again, an AK just dropped on the floor. A memory of what was before the players dropped out of the server. I'm sure Sharks are maybe a little bit worried going into these next few rounds, though, as nothing that they've tried has actually worked out for them. They are in a little bit of a dangerous position. I'm sorry, the ragdoll really got to me there. Someone disconnected. And it just was right in the background of my screen. In fact, that was weird. It was actually, I don't know if that was a CT that connected, and it was on the east side at first. I'm not sure quite what happened there, but it was humorous to me. That was what was said.
I have Google Translate at my disposal. They said net is horrible. It crashed in the middle of the round for the guys who disconnected. So there's your answer. Again, another bit of an internet issue, unfortunately, for Isurus, but they're still winning the game. So that's all that matters right now.
Yeah, that's I mean, the fact that they're winning rounds with their internet breaking as well is pretty impressive. It shows you that a lot of these rounds are just some really stellar performances from some of these players. That said, no one's really outperforming anyone else. Of course, we're seeing Faxwell, on 12 and 1. That's a KD of 12. If you're good at math. So he's having a stellar game, but everyone else is doing pretty good. I mean, you see 10 and 10 on, well, those are actually both Noxay on the overlay, so I guess that's not super accurate, but everyone else seems to be holding their own pretty well. I wouldn't say there's anyone who's really not pulling their weight on Isurus. I mean, even Deco, who only has 1 kill, has been very helpful in the rounds that Deco is in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, for sure. We have both players now back in the server for Isurus. The request to match medic quickly and get underway is made, and they say everything is sorted. So that will come in. There it is, and just like that, we can get started again. Noxay says in chat, "Hope it won't broke again. Bless his soul. I don't. I very much hope the same, my friend.
Yes, I also
get
hope
this
it don't
game
broke.
completed as quickly as possible." Noxay on board with the caster's thoughts. in that situation.
I'm sure
So
all the viewers' thoughts as well.
absolutely. Anyway, a 6-2 lead. Sharks have a half buy of sorts in this round. JNT is brought down to 800. They've got a scout alongside 3 Eagles, so it's still a dangerous one, but an early tag
That
means it's a hard
nade.
one as Deco finishes it off. The nade, dirty.
Yeah, it landed in JNT's like open arms. He embraced it like a newborn child, and it took him down extremely far. And then, of course, he was finished off. But that was a stellar nade from the side of Isurus that granted them complete control of A long, though. It looks like Sharks do want to take back the control of this, and reels in with shots like that. You get control for free. Faxwall, an uncharacteristic miss on the players taking long, and he has to back up and give them control, at least for now.
It's still a 4v4, so it makes it interesting for Sharks. They actually haven't got anyone on the site itself right now. Finally, we're getting good and rotating in. And he is in a good position with that AK-47. They do not have a flash to enter this position, so they only have this one smoke to try and cross safely. Of course, you preferably need 2 smokes for this, but they're going to try and get across. Reelson goes for it. Now he's a chance to end. He's looking for a headshot. Actually manages to take down good, and it's Pank who gets the frag. Actually, a second as well. It's not Reelson to get those. It's most certainly Pank, and he'll even get himself a third with the body slam towards Noxay. That is remarkable. Reelson actually almost goes down to that Molotov, trying to jump in and plant, but Faxwell can't afford to retake this one with the AWP, so an unlikely round will go in Sharks' favour.
That is, I mean, crazy. We see just one beautiful shot from Reelson out long, and then Pank just, I mean, doing crazy things with the deagle. I mean, that's the second round we've seen that a deagle just did some crazy things towards a cat that it should not have been able to do. So, man, we are already in for quite an interesting map as Sharks take their third.
Yeah, and of course, because they have managed to, win this round on a half buy, they can afford to hunt this AWP of Faxwell. He's getting pressured from tunnels. Little does he know, he'll get himself 2 frags. He does go back and check it, but the headshot is hit by Reelson, and that's the AWP out of the equation for Isurus. They can repurchase it, but Noxay is only on 1800, so it's going to be a little bit stretched, whatever they decide to do. I say that, and they get 2 AWPs. So that's good enough, but still, they're going to have an MP9. And only a deagle on Deco, I believe. So there's a little bit of fallback on that one. But when you can get the big green out, it's worth it.
Yeah, especially 2 of them. I mean, on Dust2, it is just a completely essential part of locking down these sites because there's so many different angles that the op is, I mean, amazing at holding. You can give it a peek towards A long. That's a great way to find an opener. You can have it hold on a cat. That's a great way to at least find one and then immediately fall off. You put it towards B. It's a really long angle that you can funnel a bunch of players in and usually find a spam, even if it's through a smoke, and you put it in mid, and my God, it's mid. That's where ops are meant to be. It's a very op heavy map, so having 2 of them makes a lot of sense, even when your economy might be hurting for it.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit of a tactical time at this time for Isurus, not a technical. And they will go for this double AWP setup with a great shot of, causing more hurt to young Sharks. They have got Zevi, of course, on their own.
Oh, that nade's going to do
a lot of damage towards long. Nade could do it, as you say. Oh, he just about gets away on 4 HP. He obviously has taken control of blue box, but the MP9 is going to easily clear him out. They try and trade it, but Gooden's there to take JNT. Luca will manage to at least get that frag in return. But again, taken down to 58 for his troubles.
Yeah, this is pretty much a battle that's happening all on long, and Faxwell is coming to support as well. That molly should force one of these players out of position. That is going to be Lukosi, who falls to the molly as well. A little bit of damage from the player in pit. That being Gooden will actually take that one finally. And BK1, he's going to put that deagle to good use, find the one player towards B, and now all alone is the bomb on Zevi and Faxwell. He will go ahead and find that kill. A 7th for Isurus. Looked a little bit scary when Sharks found their first, but back to the boys in blue winning again.
Yeah, and that time it was really the utility that, was a huge problem for that player towards the blue box. And obviously, they managed to at least trade one out, but when there's a 3rd player in pit, it can be basically impossible to do much with that. Pause coming in for Sharks this time. They had 7k on Zevi, so they just need to sort out the economy here as they spread it out across the team. You will be able to afford the AWP, and they should be able to get a Techline or a Deagle on JNT and have a pretty decent buy here. Looks like they will do just that. Poor JNT is currently 0, 0, and 10, so he is not having the best of Dust2s. His teammate Pank, of course, had that important 3K with the Deagle to get Sharks onto a third round, but yeah, he needs something to get himself started on this map for sure. It can always be rough going so long without a kill.
Yeah, this is... I mean, it's crazy we're seeing an opposite, yet, same story for both of these teams with their map pick. I mean, last map we saw Isurus pick Nuke, and then it immediately went very much in favor of the Sharks. Here we see Isurus pick Dust2, or excuse me, we see Sharks pick Dust2, and it does not go in their favor, except for this round, which is decidedly in their favor. 2 great kills on Long. The flashes just completely mess up the aim of these Isurus players, and now that is an A site for pretty much free.
Rilzen is the hero on this one. Just 2 clean entries toward Long, simple as that. That's really all Dust2 can come down to sometimes. It's either just on mid to B, short plays, cap plays, or perhaps a fast long control. JNT does get off the mark in the game, taking down Noxay toward Long as they try to retreat. They do have 2 AKs to save to Isurus, so that's an important one into the next round. Look at their economy. I mean, they have 550 combined between the 2 of them, so it's a critical one to save, but obviously Luca is on the hunt once again.
Yeah, he really wants to find these players as they kind of rotated towards B. It's going to be a lot of noise, though. I think maybe even bait noise, trying to bait out a peek, but Gooden and BK1 are just going to sit and hold on to these AKs because they're very much going to need them going into the next round. Sharks, they finally find a round with rifles that also looks extremely convincing. This is the start that they really need to get back into this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Vaxel, once again, he's up to 16-3, so he's continuing his form from map 1 in spades. It's an impressive situation for him, for sure. Another time coming in for Sharks. They've got themselves a cheeky round here, so they need to try and take advantage of it. I think they'll know that the economies are pretty low on Isurus after that previous round, so 2 Deagles, 2 AKs and a FAMAS is the way it will have to go.
This is just a crazy back and forth now that Sharks are starting to win them. Also, the tactical timeouts, also a back and forth. We saw in the past 3 rounds, 1 tactical timeout for each round. These teams are just honestly trading off back and forth on strats at this point.
Yeah, and that's something that really can happen on Dust 2, isn't it? As I mentioned before, just 3 main plays really, maybe 4 on this map. When it comes to, obviously you can fake stuff out, but still, it's needs to be the way it goes. Fast Xbox smoke there from Luca. That is one of the fastest I've seen. Just on the full run. Knows his lineup as it bounces off 2 walls. He's already up towards shot. This could catch off one, but Gooden once again defending in the right spot. But there we go. The frags are now coming in. Wilson gets 1. Pank finally trades Gooden as well on the AK. And that's a nice tapping away from Pank. Calm on the Galil, which is to the AK at the end. That's all we get 1 in response. Makes it 2 versus 3, but that's a hard one to retake now.
Yeah, now BK1 in a dangerous position. Open to Long if they decide to peek for it. Faxwall is going to support from Long, going to take the attention of Rilzen, but only for a second as now BK1 is forced to take these fights. Finds the first. That's a good one, Deke. Are they going to be ready for the other player at Long? They find just a little bit of damage, but it is going to be Zevi to find the last. And Sharks, a little bit of a hectic round, but one that is decidedly in their favor as they're slowly but surely closing the gap.
Yeah, now with Isurus on 2k per player, this was almost certainly going to be a full eco. So that gives them a chance now to reach 6 almost for free, and possibly even win out the half. We we don't have a confirmed winner of the half yet, so it could still easily go either way.
Yeah, it's really anyone's game. That is some good damage onto Noxy. It's no kill, but it is an op leg onto one of the players in mid. There is a pretty heavy mid presence coming through from Isurus in this round. I think they're just hoping that someone will get a little bit aggressive, see if there's going to be a mid to B sort of take going on here. I also really like this call, this crunch onto B tunnels. It's not going to go well for the players in mid, but this flank may catch them off guard. But Pank, he's ready for at least one. Is he ready for the other? He is not. That is 1 gun dropped, but Rilzen trying to punish, and Gooden, he's out. He's gone. He wants this AK, and he's going to come back for more. He can't win the fight, though, and Rilzen will trade that one back. Decided that the damage was more important than the gun, but he found neither in the end.
Yeah, and now we're in a sort of a situation for Isurus where, you know, you can have a full buy here, which they will obviously commit to, but they're not going to have enough money for an AWP, which is so critical on Dust2. So, you know, we'll have an AUG on Fax as well. That's probably the second best thing for the AWPer to get them on the AUG. And yeah, I mean, Sharks are looking good again. Of course, JNT only has that one kill, but it doesn't matter when you're building up the round slowly. Zevi will wait for the players to cross, just misses the timing on one as the smoke comes in. And now we've got 3 players to A at the moment for Isurus, so they're sort of they're spread out still. Everyone, it's a bit more of a slow round this time. Sharks has put quite a few fast plays in toward long and short, but as it stands, it's a standoff in B.
Yeah, they're just going to take the slow. The bomb is actually on the back of Zevi, who's just kind of keeping an eye on mid with that op. So I don't think Sharks really even have a decision on where they quite want to go yet. I think they are more going the route of, hey, let's spread out a little bit, see what we can find, and see where it seems like these players are. We know their economy is a little bit weak, and then we'll group up for the take eventually, though. Looks like it's going to end up maybe either mid or cat.
Yeah, and with a minute on the clock, they're looking like they want to make a decision now. We've got 2 players toward long for Isurus. They've just regressed into that position. So with a player in pit and a player next to blue box, if they do decide to go toward long eventually, they do have a nice crossfire to peek off of each other. But we are moving in toward the B tunnels with 45 seconds to go. And the bomb is in tow as well, with 2 players to defend on the site. As not say looks like he wants to rotate in. It could be a big defense here for Isurus.
Oh, that's a quick dink to the head. A dink is taken back, though. Noxe is there for the support, finds one at least, and is going to flash in, try to keep these players off of the site a little bit longer. But now it will be the 4 versus 3, pretty much full-on retake, as the smoke and the molly are going to force these players back. Zevi does find one, trying to flank towards the tunnel's position, and will find... Oh, no, it's actually an uncharacteristic miss. Gooden also is in the right place at the right time to find the player in tunnels. Now it's all on to Lukosi, and it is going to be Gooden to find that last one. A great retake from Isurus. It looked a little bit scary when that first kill came through, but the miss from Zevi gifts them the retake beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, the first frag from Zevi was a nice one. You know, it catches that player of Decker, I believe, on the flank. But there was a second player coming in from, you know, the T-spawn position as well. So that was unexpected. And when he missed that frag toward window on did Zevi, that was kind of, you know, the cue for the CTs to go. With the bomb planter being so low, it's pretty free in the end. And they retake it pretty comfortably. 8-6. They have won the half now. Sharks looking to go for something a little bit more special on this one. They have 2 AWPs on the T side, of course, last round of the half, so they can afford to go a little bit more wild with their economy.
Yeah, just some spamming down mid from the opposite. I don't know if spamming is the right word, but some shots down mid trying to catch anyone off on the cross. Nothing there. That is a great flash and peek together to find the opener there on long. I thought Faxwell had it with the timing there, but not quite. It wasn't in the cards for him, so... Now a 5 versus 4 in favor of Young Sharks as they decide to back off of long, happy with what they found.
Yeah, looking for an even half here, as even as it possibly can be anyway. And they have, as you say, they do have the bomb toward middle. Noxe is close up. And that can be an angle that, you know, it can be hard to be checked for sure. He's looking to try and peek off of a flash, perhaps. There's 2 players coming in from short as well. They're looking to pinch toward middle. Zoe's about to be in a big problem here. He will only go 1 for 1, but the B set's been taken in the meantime. They've put so much effort in finding that player toward middle. They've completely given up B, and Young Sharks have it for free.
Yeah, the bomb will go down, and once again, one of the hardest sites to retake in the entire game. It's the half. They have to go for it, and they're completely locked out. 2 players are going to make their way towards tunnel, and Noxe, he just has to focus on staying alive until his teammates are in a good position to help them. He's going to waste a lot of utility clearing out an angle that isn't being held, clearing dead angles, and this may be too far gone pink. He's in a good position to fight these players. He's just trying to, excuse me, I was saying he was trying to dodge some flashes, but the flashes never come through, and oh no, a little bit of body blocking. I think they stuck on each other in the wall. He does finally figure it out. JNT finds one. He has to find more. No, there it is. The kill comes through, and do they have enough time? I think they might just have it. No, they don't. No. Sharks, with a nanosecond left, take the round on the bomb.
I mean, you saw Decker at the end there. The last player ending JNT, he knew that the time was low, so he was just literally hiding the entire time. You know, not giving any any peek away, even though 2 players had lost. Obviously, you can feel the urge so hard sometimes to go for a reface when your teammates are going down to try and get a trade and give yourself a chance. But in the end, he realized the clock was so low, didn't budge an inch, and in the end, he managed just by purely hiding behind that box. You saw Deco at the end jumping in, by the way, like with literally knife out, because they knew that they had to get someone on the bomb as quickly as possible and hope the second player just got the kill. But yeah, in the end, they were a little bit too late. Isurus will get away, or Young Chuck, sorry, will get away with their 7th.
Yeah, that was a crazy round and a crazy half. A lot more, close than what we saw in the first half of the first map, which is it's always better. We never know what's going to happen in the second half, though. I mean, if the trend keeps going from this best of 3, we're going to see an extremely similar half on the switched side. But I don't know. Something is telling me that Isurus have something up their sleeve for T side. It's a weird feeling. I don't have any reason behind it. Behind it is the word there, but I think now that they're on the attacking side and they can choose more so where the tactics are happening, which tactics they use, and what site they use them on, I think that they have a good chance to really start to pull ahead. Though, inversely, if they don't have good tactics, it's a good chance for Sharks to absolutely decimate them.
Yeah, and I would say at the moment, the problem for Isurus, for me, is the fact that you've actually, you know what? I'm gonna interrupt myself and say I'm wrong, because I was about to say Deco's only on 4 and 9, but yeah, obviously you have JNT and Luca on Sharks who are 3 and 14 and 5 and 13. So there are a few players struggling from both teams in this map so far. I was going to say, if you have some players underperforming on the T side, it can be rough, but yeah, it's sort of the same for both sides right now. There's no reason to single anyone out, so. It's really been down to Faxwell, Gooden, and Noxay. Look at the frags on the board right now: 18-7, 16-6, and 15-9. Very nice stuff from them so far. It's only really been Sharks with Arielsen and Zevi who are on that 12 kill mark. So just waiting for the ready up to start the second half. Should not be too long.
Yeah, I think one of the coaches is maybe missing from the server. I just pressed tab and didn't see the Isurus coach, so maybe that's a problem. I don't know if they're talking about it in chat at all, but that might be what is delaying the match start up.
We've seen a not ready, but that's all the thing we've seen, and I would assume that's because of what you just said. So
yeah, we will see. Of course, if anyone is curious, you can type !maps, but map 3, if we do see it, is going to be Inferno. That will be a decider if necessary. But this is map 2. This is the pick of Young Sharks. Map 1 was Nuke, and that was a scoreline of 25-21. So a pretty interesting game, if you ask me. Oh,
yeah,
there we go.
And we're going to get the unpause coming in right now. The coach is back in the server, I believe, or actually not according to my screen, but I think it's going to be fine because, they've agreed to go live anyway. So no issue there at all. And we're going to get the second half underway. It's Pank going to be the player with the defuse kit and the 2 flashes on the CT side for Sharks. And it's Noxay and Deco with the utility on the T side. 3 flashes and 2 smokes in total.
Yeah, it looks like Isurus are looking for that long control, whereas Sharks, they are trying to take mid as fast as they can. They are actually sending a player up towards mid, so this could be a very, very good flank if the timing is right. Zevi wants to peek around this corner, but it is being held by one of these players. Oh, there it is. There's the contact.
There's information. Yeah, absolutely. Zevi spot on. Gets that opening frag. Very nice one for him. But look at this. Gooden still holding toward lower tunnel. And there's the information. Zevi looks like he wants to spin around and take that duel. But he's just waiting so much time right now. It's good. And he's going to go in for it. He's going to be joined by teammates as well to try and clear this position out while they take the A site. So there we go. Grouped up completely as 4 the Young Sharks there to take that frag. Now they got the kit to try and group towards short. Oh, it's in a complete wipeout as well. That is very nice stuff from Sharks. Leaves it all down to Noxay on the site. He has flashes, but he doesn't have a chance to deploy them. Easy headshot from Luca. And it's going to be a very nice, basically a show of teamwork there from Sharks in that pistol.
I think they're just pistol hunting, seeing what guns were bought up by Isurus, and they don't really see anything. So they're like, all right, we'll stick on to our USPs, and there is the defuse. Now, earlier in the game, we did see after the pistol was won, it was quickly traded back by Isurus as well. So we might see some more fireworks happen here. Isurus might answer back with one of their own. The question is, are they going to buy into this next one? It looks like they kind of want to just hold on to their economy and not waste any money that they don't need to going into this. We do see attack timeout come through from Sharks. This is their 3rd out of 4, so they only have 1 after this. But Sharks They very commonly, it seems, at least we've seen in this map, deploy one of their tactical timeouts after they win a round, which is a little bit unusual.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be sort of, tactical in terms of, it makes the opponents think, but it's also, important for you to relax after perhaps an exciting round. So they can be used in multiple ways. I'm not saying that one was particularly unbelievable, but you get my point. I think at the end there, that previous round, they did try and get Pank on the defuse, as he was the one with the defuse kit. So that's why they took a little bit more time to defuse the bomb. But yeah, I'm impressed, as you say, with Isurus's patience in this round. Of course, so often after you get a bomb plant on the T side, you see the force up with the Galils and the Deagles. Sometimes it can be 5 Galils, sometimes it can be dropped AKs, but it's still a really good buy. But this time they're biding their time and just going for 4 Deagles without armor.
Yeah, and I mean, if you win the round, it's even that much better. If you're able to give this one back, you're like, oh, our economy looks absolutely amazing and theirs is broken. But if you lose it, then you're like, oh, no harm, no foul. It's not that big of a problem. We lose some guns, but we just either buy into the next one or just save here, and then our economy is fine. So I do think it's a good decision, a decision I think teams should make more. But are they going to be ready for this flank? BK1 is caught looking the right way, and it looked like it was going to be a headshot, but no connection. They do know now that a lot of these players are towards B, but that kill onto Noxay may keep these players towards A, especially with Faxwell now making even more sound. When he finds a kill like that, that's definitely going to be a very convincing fake.
Yeah, that is a really important flag, actually. It still means that they're going to draw. Oh, okay. That was a lot cleaner than I expected it would be. I mean, I'm not sure entirely he planned those 2 frags to work out like that, but the instantaneous headshot on the second on the spray, I think that is just, a little bit of timing working out for him. That is a dirty shot from Deco, but now he's the last one alive in a 1 versus 3 with this Deagle and no armor. Luca with those 2 tasty frags on the AUG is a nice settler for sure. And it should give them the lead at 9-8. Deco has the ball on his back, and he's only got 25 seconds to go, so not much to do here, really.
He pretty much has to knife out into A, and at some point this is going to be heard, though. They're getting aggressive in mid. If there's a small timing that could be found for Deco here, but the timing wasn't meant to be, as Pank is looking the right way at the right time to find that last player. So it gets a little bit scary there for a tiny bit for the side of the Sharks. There's a few kills there that maybe got a bit scary, but Pank is very good at just locking that down. Lukosi is good for the 2K spray down as well on the B site. So that was a pretty safe round for the side of Sharks. Now Isurus, they are going into this one with their full buy.
Yeah, they even have the AWP on Faxwell as well. Maybe that was a thought behind their previous round. Don't force with the 5 Galils or how many rifles you might want on that sort of round, and save 1 just to get Faxwell on that AWP. He's been such a factor for them in this series so far. Not just in this map at a scoreline of 19-9, but on the first map of Nuke as well. I think he reached 40 frags in the end. So yeah, it's a nice idea actually in the end for Isurus. I'm impressed with their patience. It's one that could work out for them.
Yeah, that's I completely agree. I think it was a very good choice. The question is, do they win the round? Right now, it looks like they are comfortable just taking it slow. They're taking a decent amount of cat control while the bomb sits with a few of the players outside B. And it looks like they actually want to take the mid to B as the smokes come through. There are only 2 players towards B, so if they can split their attention for this take, this could be a very, very strong round for Isurus. The flash isn't good, and JNT is good for 1. He is quickly traded, though, and Deco will find Lukosi on the site as well. This might be an instantaneous save for Sharks, and there it is. Immediately, they decide they can't go for that round, and Sharks, just a smart buy and a smart and planned out B take, gift them the round.
Yeah, and that is, works wonders early on. As you say, just the planned nature of it was just so easy and easy to see, easy to telegraph. But honestly, not so much for Sharks. They don't have the X-ray; they can't see. So it's it's a really good, important buy round for them. It's up and running, and this 3-man save for Sharks is critical because it will give them a buy in the next round and something to respond with. So 9-9. And I think it looks like we'll have 7 players remaining alive as there's not much hunting going on, of course. Isurus need to build up their own economy as well.
Yeah, this is, just as back and forth as the first half. Young Sharks, they take the first 2 rounds. Isurus respond with 1. Now it's completely even. The economy of Sharks, as you said, they need to work on saving up. So it's not super great in this one. They are going to buy down a little bit. They're actually buying down more than I expected, but Isurus, they're going to have most of the guns going into this one. They are also going to call a tactical timeout after one of their own round victories. Maybe this is just, NA caster brain, but at least when I watch games, usually they call timeouts after they lose a round to talk about what, went wrong. But I like the preemptive timeouts where they're like, hey, here's what went right. Here's what we can keep doing to keep winning. Let's keep this momentum, not get too excited. That is probably more helpful of a timeout, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that the main factor of that one is, who knows? Who knows what's going through their mind? Maybe they're saying, hey, they call the timeout after they won a round. Let's call the timeout after we've won a round, because whatever you can do, we can do it too. But yeah, it's still a situation right now where it is 9-all. And this is a really big round for Sharks. If they lose this one, I would say Isurus have a fantastic chance of taking map 2 and going toward a decider.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting best of 3 to watch. Maybe a little bit difficult for someone who is close to 4 a.m. now where they live, but that was not a difficult first kill to find for Zevi. In fact, it was quite clean, and now they're actually going for a mid to B split. Lukosi is good for the first. He drops a molly, but he's caught with the utility out, and it is actually going to cost him the kill. Faxwell is going to trade one back, though, and Gooden, he will find, I believe the player that boosted him up, Reelson, will trade one back, and now it's Faxwell all alone. He has the bomb in hand, as well as his favorite green gun, so it is possible, but very difficult.
Yeah, and both these two remaining Sharks players are rotating in from the side as well. He's just going to look away at the wrong time. That's unlucky. I mean, if he could get himself back toward back plat and get himself in that classic AWP position, then I was really feeling that 1v2 for him. But they will go and search for that secondary AWP or more utility across the map. Of course, there's a free grenade. There's a free smoke. Anything else to look for? Getting all the scraps, doing the recycling. Always recycle,
Molly.
kids. Even a molly as well. Yeah, very nice. And they're keeping an open and AK into the next round as well.
Yeah, Pink just ran around and found an entire utility kit. So good for him. Doesn't have to buy into the next one. I'm sure that's going to help his economy a little bit, considering he is actually buying a gun for one of his teammates. That extra money is really going to be good for him there. And Isurus, they have enough to buy into this one, but their economy is on the brink of destruction. If they lose this one, only BK1 is going to have even decent money going into the next. It's going to be pretty much a full pistol, meaning Sharks find 11 and 12, and at that point, the gap only grows.
Yeah, for sure. This is a big swing round coming in right now, and a lot of damage early on as well with that grenade toward Isurus. Deco down to 53, Gooden down to 69 HP as well. Counter flashes are bang on right now. Pank is stuck in that smoke though, toward the long position, so it's not the best of angles. There's a one player in pit traded immediately though, and Pank has been taken down as well, with Deco taking Zevi as well somehow on that secondary frag, which means suddenly it's a 4 versus 2. How has that gone so quickly? And now with the bomb toward long, they can group up together and probably take the site, and Young Sharks will be forced to save unless Luca goes wild here in CT.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't even want to. I think he's just backing off the angle. As the smoke comes through, he realizes, yeah, there's no point. There's not much I can do. The bomb plant is going to come in for long, so we'll have 2 players on long, and yeah, Sharks immediately call in the save. That was an important round for Isurus to win to save their economy, but also Sharks, that breaks theirs, so the fact of the matter is that when the halves are this back and forth, everyone's economy is just on a knife's edge from being completely useless. Almost every other round, you're going to see some sort of half buy or force buy or eco. And it's really hard to get a stable economy. I think this game is really going to come down to who's able to string 2 or 3 rounds together first.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the save has to come in at with the M4 and the FAMAS, so they would defuse to get a decent utility as well, so they just have to keep hold of that. Their money is now back down to probably a full eco here. I mean, you can drop a FAMAS, but I don't really think you can do much else with this. Yeah, I would say full eco here for sure, even though Pank is kind of on a double eco, so just play it carefully. And they're going to ignore me. We have a scout dropped over, and then P9 of FAMAS as well. So it looks like it's going to be a full buy. Oh, this is dangerous color, and this could go either way.
Yeah, this is one of those rounds that could really change the entire game for better or for worse for either of these teams. Aggressive down mid. The flashes are so perfect. Deco, I mean, he just finds a completely blind player, and then while he's blind, he decides to take down Reelson as well. The flash was actually great to get Reelson in there. I think it actually might have been a team flash, so I don't know if great's the right word, but definitely a good start. Pank, he's just sitting in this smoke. that was thrown by the T's, just trying to catch them off guard. I think they just heard him, though. The nade hit him in the smoke. I don't know if they made the connection that, hey, why did that sound like it hit like a person? I don't know, maybe because it did. Pink is going to get out, find one, a dink onto BK1, but the fact that BK1 kills him there is insane and also saves the round for Isurus.
Yeah, this is you know, that was so durable if that maybe second dink came in. The Molotov will burn out JNT though, or BK1, sorry, as JNT gets that frag. So that's a really nice response with the HP on Gooden. Actually now, never mind, Deco's been taken down. Now it's all onto Gooden. And they have a smoke for the bomb. He's only on 16 HP. They can get on this one and possibly steal this round away. JNT is going to avoid these bullets. It's going to go on for so long, but the play without the kit is on the bomb. It's dangerous. It's going to be a full 10-second defuse. Does it come in? It does. Goodness me, that was tight. Zevi in the end does pick aggressively to take him down, but not having the kit on the bomb was scary there.
Yeah, he peeks and takes him down, I think, right after the defuse comes through, so right after time. And Isurus, they are finally going to call a timeout after they lose a round, because that was a pretty sloppy afterplant. Maybe peeked some angles they shouldn't have, or planted in a place that maybe wasn't the smartest. So they're going to take a timeout, try to figure out what went wrong there and how they can go into this next one. With their economy in such a weird spot. Are they going to buy? Are they going to save? I guess we'll find out once that timer is done.
Let's see how it will go. I mean, that is a big round to steal for Sharks. I mean, I literally just mentioned to you that, you know, that's, you know, a risky buy, but they managed to win it out. And in tight fashion as well. So again, the economy is not in a situation where they can even afford an AWP towards Zevi. So it's a tough one. And the final of Isurus's timeouts will come through. 4 out of 4. Their buy is going to be a little bit messy. They've got obviously enough for an AWP, which will be dropped over to Faxwell, I'd imagine, in the end, unless someone has a long spawn, of course. But it will go toward Faxwell at 22 frags to 11. And they will have enough for, you know, I think probably Galil's actually going to go for a Mac 10 on Deco, so that's good. And they should have a Galil on Gooden and an AK on Noxay. That looks like exactly what it will be.
I think they're going
extra AK.
I think they're going fast B here. They have the spawn for it. They have the SMG on Deco, who's absolutely first in, and there's only going to be one player here. If they can molly that smoke, or smoke that molly, excuse me, or just go straight through it, they might get a good sight. Deco finds good damage onto one. The other is killed, but JNT, he's not going down without a fight. He finds one, he finds two, he finds three, he finally falls, but BK1 is taken down as well. They see him on the cross, and now Gooden is alone in a 1 versus 3. He may be on the B site, but he can't even get the bomb down, not safely, and I believe they just saw him cross over. They're going to molly him out of the site, and he's just going to back off. I think he's going for the save, but 1 minute and 10 seconds, 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. I don't think a save is possible, so maybe he's just going for the rotate to A instead.
Yeah, he's just trying to, you know, disconnect himself from that original contact and try and make something out of this play. He's going to work his way through long. Has a chance in this 1 versus 3, of course, but I think he's already been spotted out. There we go. Wheels in, gets the information, and he will even drop down a smoke as well to try and protect his position. He'll hear the running toward long. He goes position, goes for the duel towards CT instead, but Luca stops him. And that puts Sharks to 12-10. And that finally puts Isurus to a full eco here. I mean, they haven't got more than 2.4k per player, so that is, yeah, this should be guaranteed 13 for Sharks, and they're edging ever closer to a match victory here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, scary for Isurus considering how hard that, I mean, they have pushed themselves through all of these, how hard they have fought through map 1 and map 2, bringing it just to the brink in so many of these. But Sharks, they are just slowly but surely starting to peel away, and they should find a clean 13th here, especially with Gooden taking some nade damage. You know, they're on full pistols. There should be nothing Isurus can do in this round. And Sharks, that's going to mean that they're only about 3 rounds away from taking home not only the map, but the series.
5 blocks. This should be pretty simple for Sharks, and a chance to maybe build some economy as well. They have finally got Zevi on the AWP, of course, but it's still, you know, sort of sketchy economy on the CT side. Like, really, it's important for them not to lose any bodies here to Glocks. Pank is the only one without a helmet, so he would be a little bit susceptible, but he's already taking an opening headshot. There's one, and he's already doing more damage. Luca is there to help out. We're jumping in towards short. Zevi gets one on his AWP. He's already got support from long.
Oh, no.
It should be a pretty simple one. Everyone's blind in the end. The frags are all going to come in, and there we go. 5 alive for Sharks. Excellent for their economy. And now Isurus have to try and answer back. Sharks just 3 away.
Yeah, this is the round that Isurus need to make it happen. If they lose this, Sharks find 14th and then a save on 15th. They're battling back against, at that point, 5 match points. It's not like they couldn't do it. It's not like we haven't seen them do crazy things in this best of 3 so far, but to make their life a lot easier and to make this a lot more plausible, they need to be winning this round.
I completely agree. I mean, Faxwell has got the AWP, but it's a glass cannon. And a glass cannon on the CT side, I always feel like is a good call. Glass cannon on the T side can always be quite a bit tougher. And,
yeah,
they have at least got a bit of utility, but this is a tough round to win. They need to hit the headshots basically.
Yeah, it has to be quick headshots. Only 3 of them even have armor at all, so we also have a glass AK. If they don't immediately win some of these battles, especially as it looks like they're gearing towards the A site up towards Cat, if they don't immediately take down maybe the player on site and then get that bomb planted without taking any other fights, and they are in a lot of danger. They peek ahead of the smoke. Zevi is forced to back up, but he finds the first. He's back for more. He misses uncharacteristically. It looked like a hit, but now they're heading back. Gooden finds one. Zevi is good for one more before he falls. Now it's a 3 versus 3. BK1, he's going to back up and clear out Cat, make sure that it's safe to plant for that angle. Gooden, he's caught looking the wrong way just a little bit. Now Faxwell has to take this fight with his teammate, but they are getting pushed. The flash will come through dodged, and the molly is going to force Faxwell into the site. He is taken down, and now BK1 alone and gone. Sharks, they find their 14th in this most pivotal of rounds.
Yeah, Luca with tasty 2 headshots at the end there. That is it. I have to say I've been quite impressed by Sharks' retakes on Dust2. We've said that, that this map is, a hard map to retake on, especially B. But that they've been really clean with their retakes. It takes them up to 14. Of course, the bomb plant keeps Isurus alive in inverted commas. I mean, they can get, 3 AKs, 2 Galils perhaps, and have decent utility. The question is, do they decide to do it? It's going to be a tough call. I mean, Sharks on 14. Usually you would buy when your opponent's on 14, and they're going to do just that. Look at the utility. This looks like a rush.
Yeah, this is it. This is the round that decides the map and the series. This decides whether or not we're going to be ending this on Dust2 with Sharks taking it home, or if we're going to be going a little bit farther. And Zevi, he wants to end this on map 2. He is ready to end this. I'm sure it's getting a little bit late in South America as well. I believe they are from Argentina, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, sorry, that is Isurus. They are a Brazilian team, so I'm sure it's getting a little bit late there, and they're ready to close this out. And Lucas, he's going to come out with 1 and 2 as well, meaning Gooden is all alone in a 1v5.
Beautiful.
And not possible. What a beautiful round from Sharks, just like you said. It was such a clean hold, and now Isurus going into what is most likely the final round with nothing in their economy.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be 5 Galils here, maybe 1 person on a Deagle to get full utility. It's I think in that previous round, there's just the lack of utility on Isurus. They went pure headshot mode there. Try and get the headshots with the AK when you have no utility. Just hit the shots and try your best. But lack of the utility really showed in that situation. And now it's all down to 2 Galils, a UMP, and 2 Deagles. Of course, if Isurus do go on to lose this, they will still be in the lower bracket and have a chance tomorrow. But this is the last hurrah. They're already up towards short, and this could be their last play.
Ooh, that's a good start, though. Noxie, or Notsay, is going to find the first, and that is a good start. Faxwell finds the second as well. This is not the round I expected them to make this happen. That is a good nade from Lukosi to trade back, but that is a kill from Deco. JNT finds a nade as well. The nades are now the only things that have gotten kills, but that's a spray down and a half from Lukosi. Now it's all on to Gooden. SMG in hand and 2 players to find, and they are both coming from the same direction. It has to be an insane spray down to find both of these players as they look to peek at the same time. Neither of them found, only a dink, but there it is. Sharks take map 2 16-10, and they take the series